What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to Bruce and Stephanie Comics. My name is Bruce, and today is Tuesday, October 4th of 2022. Guys, October 4th. We're already in the month of October. We're ready for all those horror books to come out on New Comic Book Day, and that's what we're talking about today. New Comic Book Day, which is tomorrow, which is the best day of the work week, and tomorrow is October 5th of 2022. We're getting closer to my daughter's birthday, which is on October 14th, and then my birthday on October 18th, and then, our youngest son, Jack's birthday on October 27th, and Stephanie's birthday was this past Sunday, October 7th. Almost our whole entire family has birthdays in October, which is just, crazy, but awesome, but crazy. It's so busy in the month of October, but we're talking about new comic books. New comic books. It's going to be a great day this week. There's some really amazing comics. So many new number ones. So many things to go over. So with that, we have a checklist of things to go over. So let's go ahead and go over this list. And the first thing up that we're going to go over is the pull list. That's right, guys. I'm going to show you every single book I'm picking up this week. And then after that, we're going to go over to my cover lover picks. These are books I am considering picking up based on the cover art alone. Cover art is just so good. And then after that, we're gonna go over the chopping block. That's right, this is a new segment that I started next week, and these are books that I'm chopping from my pull list. That's right, the stories aren't good enough to be on my pull list. I already pulled too many books, so I gotta start whittling my list down, and that is the chopping block. And then after that, we're gonna go over my almost top 5. These are the books that didn't quite make the top 5 list, but they are still books that you should consider reading based on the story. And then last but not least, that's a lot to go over so far, guys. We're talking about my top 5 must-have pickups based on the story. That's right, we're talking about what's in the guts. You cut the book open, you look at the guts, you're like, God damn, that is some good guts. No, the guts is the story, guys. These are the stories that I am enjoying the most. These are the must-have pickups. The stories that's so engaging, is so enthralled, and impactful, and amazing. So, those are the top 5 must-have pickups based on the story itself. Alright guys, now with all that out of the way, we got our checklist, we know what we're doing, so let's go ahead and dive into that pull list. Alright guys, so my pull list has 24. This is another week with 20 plus books on my pull list. I don't know why I pull so many books, I really don't. I guess I just really enjoy comic books. I really do. And this week has so many new number ones. There are 10 new number 1 books. 10! That's crazy, but I'm excited for a lot of these books. A lot of these books made my almost top 5. And then I only missed out on 3. That's right, only 3 books I did not get caught up on, which is a really good percentage right there. So that means I have 21 books. That's right, 21 books that could make my top 5 must-have pickups. All right, guys, with my pull list out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into my cover lover picks. Alright guys, there are 8 covers on my cover lover section this week, so let's not waste any time and dive right in. And the first one up is for Spider-Man number 1, the Gabriel Del Auto exclusive variant. There is a trade dress, there is a virgin, and god damn it, Gabriel Del Auto does such amazing Spider-Man artwork. I've collected a lot of it in the past. I have a whole section in my cover lover section just dedicated to Gabriel Del Auto because I just love his artwork. This is fantastic. I love it. Guys, link down in the description where you can pick this book up. And the next book is also for Spider-Man number 1. This one is done by Humberto Ramos. I love Humberto Ramos. His work on Strange Academy is so fantastic, and if you take a look at this cover and you see all the different characters, the way he draws these characters is fantastic. I wish he was doing the interiors, but he's doing the next follow-up volume of Strange Academy, which I'm so excited for. Next up, after this cover, is Avengers X-Men Eternals X-Men number 1, the Arthur Adams variant featuring Storm. Arthur Adams is crushing these character portraits. They're just so freaking cool, and I love the way that he drew Storm in this one right here. Next up is Sword of Azrael number 3, the cover C, which is the incentive cover, which is a 1 in 25. It is done by Jorge Corona, and I love this. I'm absolutely loving Sword of Azrael, and this cover is freaking fantastic. And next up after that is The Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing number 1, the cover H, which is the 1 in 100 incentive Hanning variant. Again, an absolutely amazing portrait of how the Joker is supposed to look with Harley Quinn. I love this cover. It is so gorgeous and is such a cool cover. Now, the cover after that is a really cool indie book. It is Night of the Ghoul number 1, which is, I am so excited for this book. And this is the incentive have 1 in 10, cover B, done by Tula Latte. It's both a little sexy and scary as all hell, which is an amazing combination for the month of October, which is obviously the month of Halloween, and it's supposed to be horrific, right? This is so good. So good. Next up is Gun Honey Blood for Blood number 2, the Pablos Villalobos Virgin Foil variant. We got a virgin, we got a foil. Obviously, I'm gonna love that. And the artwork on this cover is so good. And last but not least is another independent book. It's another horror-themed book. We're talking about Sweetie Candy Vigilante number 1, the J. Ferguson variant. Guys, this cover is an exclusive again. It'll be links down in the description if you want to pick this up. It is one of 400, so there's only 400 copies out there, and this cover is amazing. It is gorgeous. I love this cover. Will I pick it up? There's a $20 price tag on it, so I'm not sure if I'm going to pick this cover up, but man, I'm really wanting to fill in that horror section of my collection with an amazing, sexy horror cover, because that's what this is right here. All right, guys, those are my cover lover picks. Let's go ahead and dive in to the chopping block. Chop, chop. All right, guys, there is only one book on the chopping block this week, and it actually should have been chopped a long time ago, but I'm picking it up for speculation. So I'm actually not reading this book, but the story part chopped, because it was bad. I am talking about Edge of Spider-Verse number 5 comes out this week, and guys, I read issue number 1, and that was a painful read. Oh my god, it was so painful. There was nothing good about that series. I like how they are introducing new characters, new Spider characters to the universe. I love that. But put a good writer on it, because god, these stories are so brutally bad. So, Edge of Spider-Verse is chopped story-wise, but I am still collecting it because I want it for the speculation. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a speculator. I do that on the side, you know, speculate. But story-wise, story is cut. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive in to the Almost Top 5. Alright guys, there are 6 books on the Almost Top 5, and every single one of them, except for one, is a new number 1. So let's go ahead and dive into this list. And the first one up is 3 Keys number 1. I love fantasy/sci-fi books, and this is exactly what this is. This is dealing with like old gods that are destroying universes and people coming down to our universe, and are they getting us prepared to help protect against these old god things? I don't know, but this sounds really freaking cool. I'm excited for it, and there's like a tiger type person and then a woman. So cool. And there's also a Werther Dell'Edera B cover, which is absolutely fantastic. If you like the Werther Dell'Edera, you know, something is killing the children, that's him on the B cover. So freaking cool. Next up is Gotham City Year 1, number 1. Now some people are probably like, do we really need a Gotham City Year 1? Probably not, but it's written by Tom King. Yes, some people hate him, some people like him. I'm on more of the like side of things, and I'm just excited to see, like, you know, more history about Gotham, because Batman is my favorite character, so bring it on, Tom King. I'm ready for Gotham City Year 1. Next up is the Joker, the man who stopped laughing, number 1. Stop laughing? How has he stopped laughing? He's the Joker. This is written by Matthew Rosenberg, and I really have been enjoying his writing on DC vs. Vampires and some other books that he's been writing, and I'm just, you know, enjoying him right now. So I'm going to continue enjoying his writing, hopefully on the Joker, the man who stopped laughing, number 1. Next up after that is going to be a big book, guys. Make sure you are picking this up. I'm talking about Night of the Ghoul, number 1, written by Scott Snyder. His books are so good. He's such an amazing writer. I'm really enjoying a lot of what he's doing. We're talking about Nocterra. We're talking about the Dark Spaces. There's so many other books that he's written. I am just loving him. I'm just blanking because I'm on the spot, because I'm in front of a camera. But guys, Scott Snyder, make sure you're picking this up. And this is a great October book. Horror. Next up is Kaya number 1. This is just a really cool story. There's a girl with a magical like metal arm, and she needs to get her brother from one place to another place, but there's obstacles in her way. Bring that on. I love that stuff. If you think about We Live, that was the same kind of story, and that book was so good. So good. Different like story, but the same kind of concept. And the last book on the Almost Top 5 is Survival Street, number 3. If you think about the Muppets and like a crazy post-apocalyptic, not post-apocalyptic, but a crazy world where Muppets are alive and they're in the world, but people hate them, but they're trying to do good. That's exactly what this is. There's some like political metaphors in there as well. So if you don't like political books, you probably won't like this, but I think it's hilarious. I'm having a really good time with this book, and I also like seeing Muppets that are like very close to like, you know, Sesame Street type characters that are just completely badass. You know, the firing guns, blowing people's heads off. It's a lot of fun. It's a well-written book. I like it a lot, and you guys should be reading it. Check it out. All right, guys, those were my almost top 5 books. Let's go ahead and dive in to my top 5 must-have pickups with the number 5 book. Alright guys, kicking off this top 5 list in the number 5 spot is probably going to be a controversial book to some of you Spider-Man fans, but guys, I am really excited for Spider-Man number 1, because Dan Slott's run on Spider-Man was one of my favorites. I know, there's probably some Spider-Man fans out there like Bruce, that was one of the worst runs, but come on man, he brought us superior Spider-Man. That was so cool. Doc Ock as Spider-Man, such a good idea. I loved it. He also brought us the original Spider-Verse, which was an amazing story. It was so good. So now that he's coming back to the Spider-Man character, and he's also going to be bringing back another Spider-Verse story that is spitting out whatever just happened in the latest Spider-Verse, but who cares about that? Hopefully Dan Slott is going to craft a really fun story. Some people say that, you know, he's done. There's nothing left that he can do that's going to be actually good. Because if you read any of his recent stuff, it really isn't that good. I will say I've read some of it. That Fantastic Four stuff really wasn't that good in my opinion. But guys, I'm excited. I liked his run, so I'm getting pumped. I love Spider-Man, Peter Parker. I also love the Spider-Verse, all those crazy characters. Come on, Dan Slott, bring it. Bring me a good book. Now this also has art by Mark Bagley. I'm not a huge Mark Bagley fan. I'm really not. I wish they would have got someone bigger to put on this book, but he's okay. He's fine. So hopefully Dan Slott can craft a really fun Spider-Man story with all these crazy Spider characters, and it's just a fun read. And guys, there are so many covers for this book. So many. I'm only going to show the ones that I really enjoy, especially there's Humberto Ramos, and there's a Scotty Young cover that's really good. There are some good ones, but guys, I'm excited for this book. Guys, let me know down in the comments below, are you excited for this book? And if you're not, guys, tell me why you're not excited for this book. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump in to my number 4. Alright guys, sitting in the number 4 spot is Junkyard Joe number 1. Now this is written by Jeff Johns and art by Gary Frank. Now if you are like, hey, that team sounds familiar. Well, they did Doomsday Clock, and then they also did Geiger. Geiger was one of my favorite independent titles from last year, and this is a story in that universe. We're going to start getting little stories within that universe from Gary Frank and Jeff Johns, and I'm so excited. That universe was so stinking cool. Post-apocalyptic, nuclear men, crazy, like, I don't know. There were so many good things about this story, and it's written by Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns is one of the best, if not the best, current writer right now. His writing is just the bomb. If you didn't read his Green Lantern stuff, go back and read his Green Lantern stuff. That stuff was freaking amazing. And Geiger, again, one of my favorite independents, if not the best independent, in my opinion, from last year. It was just so good. So good. Well, Something Against Killing Children was also really good. There was other good books. I just love comic books, guys. Love comic books. That was really good. Get excited for Junkyard Joe. There's also some really cool covers for this book, and it's just another Geiger book. Bring it on, Jeff Johns. Bring it on, Gary Frank. I'm pumped. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move in to my number 4? No, 3. Alright guys, the book that's sitting in the number 3 spot I mentioned to you guys during the cover lover section, and I am talking about Sword of Azrael number 3. Now this is written by Dan Waiters and art by Nicola. I'm not going to pronounce the last name. I don't even know how to begin to pronounce that last name, but guys, the art in this book is fantastic. I love it. It's definitely a little stylized, but I love it. It has an anime feel to it, so if you don't like anime, you probably won't like it, but I don't care if it's anime or not. If it looks good, I like it, and this fits this book so well. And the writing by Dan Waiters, it's really, really good. I never really liked the Azrael character all that much. He's in the Bat family, so I liked him a little bit. I feel like I have to like all the Bat characters, but I don't really have to. Man, I really like Azrael in this story. He's doing such a good job of going deep into the programming of Azrael, and he's bringing in new characters. He's also bringing in the daughter of Bane, Vengeance, and she's such a cool, badass character. The way that Dan Waiters is using that character in this is so good. There's only been 2 issues, but I am deeply invested into this book, and that 1 in 25 cover is stinking gorgeous. It is so cool. But I'm excited. Sword of Azrael. Azrael is actually a really cool character when done like this. He's also brutally just brutal in this story, and there's some badass things happening, guys. Just check out Sword of Azrael. You will thank me. You'll be like, Bruce, I don't like Batman characters that much, but man, Azrael is a badass. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, he is. All right, guys, that was my number 3 book. Let's go ahead and find out what my last 2 books are. Alright guys, guys, sitting in the number 2 spot, well, we just spoke about a Batman character. How about we talk about Batman issue number 128, written by Chip Zdarsky, art by Jorge Jimenez. That's right, this is a dream team right here. It's so good. When Scott Snyder and Jorge Jimenez was together on Justice League, that was so good. This is similar to that because Chip Zdarsky is such an amazing writer, and I love the story that they're crafting in this book. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say spoilers, so if you don't want to know anything at all about this run, go ahead and click away or skip forward to the next book. But guys, this whole story revolves around the fact that Bruce Wayne, like, you know, how he had the fail-safe plan if he needed to take down the Justice League. He knew how to take down each Superman and Wonder Woman and Aquaman, and the League came down. They're like, hey, Bruce, that's really messed up that you did that. Well, what if you went rogue? Well, he made a contingency plan for that, and that is what this story is. That's what the fail-safe characters, that's what this whole story is about. Failsafe. Failsafe is the character that Chip Zdarsky and Jorge Jimenez is bringing to us in this book, and he is the plan if Batman ever went bad. And he is an absolute amazing character. And in the final issue, Superman came down, and he's gonna face Failsafe. This is just, it is so cool. In the artwork by Jorge Jimenez, every single issue is just eye candy, panel after panel of just pure gorgeous artwork. It is just so good. Like I said, candy for my eyeballs. It's amazing. All right, guys, Batman has been so good since Chip Zdarsky has taken over, so you guys should go ahead and pick up all those issues because I think it's either 3 or 4. I think this is the 4th issue of that run, so you're not too far behind to pick up each of the single issues. It's a really fun ride so far. Let's go ahead and find out what my number 1 book is. Alright guys, sitting in the number 1 spot is another Bat Family book. I know everything is Batman with you, Bruce. Well, I just love everything Batman right now. There are so many good books out there, and the final book, the number 1 book that I'm most excited about coming out this week is Poison Ivy number 5, written by G. Willow Wilson and art by Marcio Takara. Guys, if you're not reading Poison Ivy, you definitely should. This is such a great book. I was completely blown away and surprised by the writing in this book. G. Willow Wilson, I've read some of her stuff in the past. I really didn't love it, but god damn it, this book is so engaging. It makes you love the character of Poison Ivy, especially what she's going through right now, because, spoiler alert, in this issue, she is dying, or she thinks she's dying at least, and she's trying to do one last thing before she dies, and she wants to like restore the green and basically take out the whole entire planet, kill everyone so that way the green can grow back up. That's basically the synopsis of the overall story, and the story is just following her executing her plan. But it is gruesome, it is terrifying, and the thought of that this character could actually be that powerful, and it's also like there's love in it because she still loves Harley Quinn, but she left her, but she misses her, and you know, she's still feels for humanity because she's meeting people along the way, because she's like basically driving across country, and she's like, you know, not falling in love with them, but she's seeing that there's still good people out there, and she's like, you know, kind of regretting her plan, but she's still following through with her plan. This is a great book. And guys, issue number 5 is not the final issue, because this book is going to continue past issue number 5. They were granted another arc. So guys, I am so excited for this story to continue because it is so good. G. Willow Wilson is crushing this book. It is so good. And Marcio Takara, his art is fantastic. Freaking-tastic. It is so good. It's also, there's a lot of cute, funny little moments throughout every single issue that pop up. So great art, great story, great compelling character. This is just a fantastic story. And guys, the covers on this, they're always amazing covers. In the 1 in 25 by Tula Latte, I believe, again, because she did the Good Night of Ghouls cover, is fantastic. Just so many great covers. This is an amazing book. Pick up Poison Ivy, guys. All right, guys. Those are my top 5 must-have pickups. Let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Alright guys, you guys have made it to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching to the very end. You guys know what you are if you made it this far. You guys are legends. Thank you guys so much for supporting us and watching this vlog. Next up, guys, I do have to ask a favor of you guys. If you guys have made it this far, guys, leave a comment down below to let me know what your top 5 lists are. Maybe even your almost top 5, your cover level picks, any books that you're chopping from your list, because the story is not that good. I would love to know all that information for you guys. I know I've been bad about responding to you, but I really do read every single comment that comes in. I need to get better at responding to you guys because I do love communicating with you guys. You guys are all amazing people, and I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video and then leave a comment down below. Alright guys, and this is the part of the video where I say, if you guys are not subscribed, get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notification, and smash that like button. Alright guys, I will see you guys on Thursday with my comic book speculation recommendations video, and maybe there's another video because I do have it recorded. I just gotta edit it. All right, guys, thank you guys so much. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.